Welcome back to another Crypto Gorilla video. Today I wanted to take a look at what has been going on the market, as well as some upcoming mints and airdrops that I think could perform really well. As usual, nothing in this video is financial advice, and if you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button? So let's first talk about today's mint. The one that I'm getting asked about every 2 seconds is definitely Quantum Cats, which is a mint happening on Bitcoin today at 12 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be in 2 phases, starting with a whitelist sale of 3,000 NFTs, and the remainder are going to be sold in public, so it will be hard to hit if you don't have whitelist. Now, everybody keeps asking me if I'd buy these because the mint price is high. It's 0.1 Bitcoin, which is roughly $4,200 at current Bitcoin prices. And I'm personally not a fan of this. The team is essentially trying to raise $14 million, but because it is Taproot Wizards that is behind this project, it has gotten a ton of hype, because the Taproot Wizards and the entire team are very well respected, and this is like a cultural play. So for me personally, in my financial situation, let's be clear, in my financial situation, I would go for these if I have whitelist. I don't have whitelist. I'll probably try the public sale. I don't expect to hit, but I would go for these because the potential upside of these, in my opinion, is higher than losing like 50% of my money. You are risking, potentially losing $2,000, but I do imagine these can go to like 0.2 Bitcoin or higher, especially when you look at some existing collections on the market, like the Node Monkeys, which are a 10K collection and sit at 0.2 Bitcoin. Now, do I know if this is going to be a profitable mint? No, I have no idea. I don't have a crystal ball. They did sell one through Sotheby's for 6.3 Bitcoin, which is over $250,000, and that is the highest ordinal sales ever to happen through Sotheby's. However, I don't put too much weight on this stuff. This could just be some sort of marketing ploy. But other than that, they are building their own L2, so the cats could play a major role there. And something else that they can do to drive some price action is, say, if you hold 5 of these, 5 Quantum Cats, you qualify for whitelist for the Taproot Wizards. Then I expect the prices to go up because people are going to want to get whitelist for the Taproot Wizards, which are being deemed as like the punks or the apes of ordinals. And that's kind of the old school meta that we saw in early 2022, where you had to purchase like 4 mood rollers if you wanted a guaranteed whitelist for invisible friends, and the price of mood rollers went from like 0.05 all the way to 3 ETH before crashing back down again. So TLDR, yes, I'm bullish on the cats. Yes, I would personally take the risk. It's a risk of buying these NFTs, and I do see them performing well just because of the cultural significance and the team behind this project. Now, there's a lot of other mints that are happening this week. For example, we have Dark Frontier, Society, Skyark, and Kibby. I do think these can perform well, especially when they're free mints. The free mint meta is slowing down, so I'm personally lowering my expectations for these. I know a lot of people were disappointed with Play Ember and even the Farcana Ordinals mint, both of which were selling for $1,600 for Play Ember and $4,500 for Farcana on the secondary whitelist markets. And if you purchased either of those, you are down bad, right? Because the prices are lower than people expected. Now, the other thing that's happening is I think we're getting way too many of these gaming mints that are promising like token airdrop, and we haven't seen any successful airdrops since ZTX and Memeland, but ZTX specifically speaking about game tokens. So I do think we're going to need to see a successful token airdrop in order to kick off this meta again and get people really excited about it, especially after the AOF first fiasco, where they said, hey, you're not getting as much money as you thought. It was a free mint, and the price of the NFT dropped like 60% very quickly. Now, at the end of the day, like I said, these are free mints, including Play Ember, Farcana, and AOF first. So it seems like we're getting really greedy, where we expect so much. We expect a high floor price, and we expect tens of thousands of dollars airdrop to us. So if you have whitelist for these, like, it's a win. They're free mints. It doesn't matter. It's free money. If you're buying on secondary market, that's where you have to be a lot more careful, and you have to make sure, is there enough attention on this collection, or is the attention just a 24-hour thing leading up into the mint? Some people are going to trade them and it's going to die off, and people are just looking for what's the next mint, and they don't even actually care about the token. Now, another project that is minting this week is Rosentica. This is a storytelling project. As you can see, they are producing this series of different stories. It is very art focused. However, I did get a ton of demand to go and get whitelist for my group Gorilla Labs for this project, and it does seem like they are targeting the Asian markets, which is an entirely different beast altogether. together. There is so much money that flows from this market. If we look at recent mints like Tin Fun, there was over, I believe it was $60 million that was locked up inside their raffle. And once it finally launched, it was a 9x on the secondary market. It is down now, but it's still like a 5 or 6x. I'm personally holding on to mine. I've kind of psyoped myself into thinking that I hit a 1 of 1, so I'm really scared to sell. However, I do expect the price to go down after they reveal. I have no idea when the reveal is. Another project that just did an auction is Skyark, again targeting the Asian market, and I have same feelings here as Quantum Cats. I got a lot of questions about this one as well, if I'm going to be doing it, because of that high mint price. They did an auction where the mint price, or the auction price, was between 0.2 and 0.6 ETH. Essentially, it's set up where you have to bid 0.6 ETH if you want to even have a chance at winning these, because there is over 50,000 ETH that has been locked up into this raffle system, which is $115 million. So I personally did these. I bid on 4 from some wallets with transaction history in case they use that as a metric to do like some anti-botting. I also did have Spellbook, so if they're not profitable, the Spellbook mint does give me a little bit of leeway to maybe lose less money. However, I am expecting this one to be above 1 ETH when it hits the secondary market. Maybe I have too high expectations, but they do have 3 really good good looking games. They're not out yet. Although that doesn't matter, nobody actually cares about the game. People want number go up and they want free money from the token, to which this project is backed by Binance. Now, it's not guaranteed that their token is going to launch through Binance. However, I think the odds versus a lot of these other projects are pretty good that Binance is going to do it, because they did incubate them. Again, they incubate a ton of projects. I think only like 10 projects make it through, but I personally see the odds very good that Skyark makes it through Binance. Now, the other big NFT drop that is happening this week that I'm very excited about, and I will be going for this one, is the Monolith by PlaySomo. It's a small collection of 120 NFTs, and we have no idea what the mint mechanic's going to be. Is it going to be stealth drop? Is it a free mint, or is it going to have a price? We really know nothing, so these are going to be hard to get because it is a very low supply. If they open up on the secondary market, I'll personally be buying, because I can see these going very high, as they are the like overworld keys or the MVPs from Memeland, right? That style of collection in the PlaySomo world. And PlaySomo has managed to get a ton of attention through their marketing, especially with the recent success of Pal World, which is a Web 2 game of like Pokemon with guns. Everybody's talking about Pixelmon, they're talking about Animate, and they're talking about PlaySomo. Now, we do know some of the benefits of the NFT. It's going to get you guaranteed whitelist for their collection, which has over 100,000 applications. It's going to get you in-game benefits such as access to rare items, as well as a token multiplier. And this mint is happening on January 31st at 12 p.m. Eastern. As for future mints that you still have time to grind, the first one that I'm looking at is on Bitcoin. This one is called Flora Forms, and it is a project by Hardo, who is a well-renowned artist now in Web3, as he has done a few collections which have performed really well. He has the golden ratios, which are at 0.1 BTC, as well as his Sats collection, which is at 0.3 BTC. And like we've discussed many times in the past, art does really well on Bitcoin. There's a lot of interest for art on Bitcoin, so it does seem like the perfect place to drop it. And this is a free mint, so it is risk-free. Now, they're also doing this in partnership with Belvedere Museum, which is the largest holder of Gustav Klimt artwork, which, as you can see from this tweet, they are using a piece called The Kiss, which is by Gustav Klimt, to generate the art for this collection. So it's really cool that they're doing that based off of an existing artist, and all of this is powered through Arties that does a lot of physical art stuff. So maybe we'll even see some physical pieces. However, the only downside for these, in my opinion, is the collection supply, which I believe is quite large. I think it's going to be around 10K. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if that is confirmed. However, like I said, Hardo has a great history. He has a lot of people who follow him and love his artwork. You also have the fine art side of people who love Gustav Klimt's work, and it's a free mint, so literally zero risk if you have whitelist. Now, the next project that we're taking a look at is called Jambo, and they have raised $30 million in a round led by Paradigm, which, if you don't know, they're behind Blur. They were behind Art Gobblers, which at the time when it launched, it did incredibly well, going all the way above 20 ETH. It's down bad now, but that has nothing to do with Paradigm. Now, I will drop this thread by NFT Boy, which he released a couple of weeks ago, and here he breaks down everything that they're building, including a phone and an app. However, as you could see, they will be doing their very own NFT collection of a supply of 6,666 NFTs. So again, they have the backing of Paradigm. So this is definitely one that I'm going to try to get whitelist for. Next up, we have another gaming project, which is called Blade of God X. And while I'm not allowed to reveal too much about this project just yet, I have seen behind the scenes footage of it, and it is quite impressive. So I'm definitely prioritizing getting whitelist for my group for this project. The company is backed by Tencent. They have experience building over 70 games with 200 million downloads, and 2 of those games are from the Blade of God series, so they're already building off an existing franchise. Now, as you can see in their Twitter bio, they do mention it's going to have something to do with AI. They haven't revealed what that AI is going to do, but AI is definitely going to be one of the biggest narratives of this cycle, right up there with gaming, not only in Web3, but also in Web 2. So I'm definitely looking for exposure to both NFT AI projects, but also coins that have something to do with AI. So I'll cover this project in more detail once I'm allowed to reveal it. But like I said, this is one that is on my radar, and I would recommend trying to get whitelist for it once they release those whitelist opportunities. Now, other than NFTs, I do think we're in for a ton of treats in terms of literal free money. We had over the weekend the WEN token, which you could still claim if you've ever interacted with Jupiter. I'll put a link for the website in the description down below. As far as I know, this is safe. Always do your own research with this stuff. Don't just trust my links blindly. However, literally everybody I know who qualified for it claimed, and nobody had any issues. We also have the Frame token, which is set to launch their mainnet this week on January 31st. This one is by Skyark, and they essentially check your history on Ethereum, and then you're rewarded with an airdrop. You can already go check how much of the airdrop you're going to get. So this is going to be a nice liquidity add into the market. We also have the upcoming Rug token. If you've used Saturn, which I covered a couple of weeks ago on how to qualify for this airdrop. And Leonidas also tweeted this, which is a RuneStone airdrop. Again, you could paste your wallet onto this website and see if you qualify for the airdrop. You do not have to connect your wallet or anything like that. Just paste it in, and it's going to tell you whether you qualify or not for that sweet free monies. Now, as for tokens we're all aware about, I'm thinking that Starknet might be really soon. Binance has been posting some articles on like how to buy Starknet, so it's perhaps right around the corner. This is one that I personally made some tutorials for, so I have a few wallets that I hope qualify for this airdrop. And then even in March, when we get unlocks for things like all the money that is locked inside of Manta or Blast. Typically, I look at all these unlocks as bearish for tokens when there's an unlock and all the investors can dump. However, I believe for these, since it's Ethereum, I don't think anybody has plans of selling their ETH since we're set up for the bull market. So for me personally, I'm going to get my ETH out of Blast. I'm going to get my ETH out of Manta, and I'm just going to put it to work. I'm going to be putting it back into the market, buying meme coins, altcoins, NFTs. So these can be amazing liquidity adds into the market, and I think things are looking really good for the future of crypto. That doesn't mean we're not going to get some dips. We had a nasty dip last week all the way down to 38K, but long term, I am incredibly bullish on crypto. I am incredibly bullish on NFTs, and I'm very excited to be involved in this space. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla. Peace.